Madelyn. Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. So nice to have you here. And every week I like to do a relationship reading. And this week I'm impressed to do a relationship with yourself. So I think that's what I'm trying to work on the most right now, is having a relationship with myself. And the other day I just saw a post that said, write a love letter to yourself. So I think that's the next thing, is to write a love letter to myself. That might be a little embarrassing at first, but that's good. It'll kind of help me see some of my shame. So if you look at any of Brené Brown's work, it's really great about the difference between shame and guilt, and how guilt can be a really good thing. It can help guide us and direct us in our lives. Shame just pushes us down and makes things difficult for us to do because we're thinking negatively of ourselves. Like shame is I am a liar, and guilt is I told a lie. So telling a lie, feeling bad about it, seeking forgiveness can be a very positive thing. Excuse me. But sorry about that. So, but on the other hand, feeling like you are a bad person is really not going to help you to improve in any way and not make you a better person. So letting go of those things is really important. Okay, so what I'd like to do is to ask some questions about your relationship with yourself. So what I want to do is this reading, the intention of this reading is for the collective, those watching. And I'm going to pull 3 cards that kind of will be 3 different people or types of people. So I want you to come up with, in your mind, 1, 2, or 3. Pause the video, take a little time to, what I do is I go up to, with my energies up to my higher self, and I say like 1, 2, 3, and I say it really fast until one of the numbers stands out in my mind. And that's the number that I pick. So that's when I do the pick of cards. That's the way I do it. But everybody does it different. A lot of people will send their meditation until they feel inspired to one number. So kind of looking for 3 different messages with these first set of cards is the Inner Goddess. Love your Inner Goddess. It's the first time I've tried this deck. And I'm just going to look at the card with its beauty and its message because I don't have the descriptions that go with it. So that's okay. We'll look at it and follow our intuition. So basically pick, 1, 2, or 3, and then I'll do a little spread for, the situation right now for the collective watching, what you are letting go of to help you, so the situation with your relationship with yourself, what you are letting go of to make that relationship better, and what you need to grasp onto to make the relationship better. Okay, but let's start with the 3 cards first. Okay, so underneath is the medicine wisdom. Oh, so that's really, the word wisdom is so important. So she's coming to you. It's 28, which is 10, which is 1. So it's kind of like you've lived a long time, you're at the 10, but yet you've come back to the beginning. So it's an all-encompassing type of thing, is wisdom. And that, you know, she comes to all of us saying, you know, offering her wisdom in how we relate to ourselves and have our relationship with ourselves. And she's saying, and I'm thinking with the medicine, you know, it might be that you need, you know, that you're struggling with your relationship with yourself, really loving yourself, knowing yourself and your identity, caring about, you know, who you really are and who you are to the world, but also just who you are for yourself. And there could be some kind of a medicine for you, something that will help you with that. So there might be something to meditate on and think about, is what kind of medicine, what type of treatment is being offered to you that would help you. And like what I was talking before about, you know, writing yourself a love letter, or looking at yourself every time you see a reflection, say, I'm gorgeous. Hey, gorgeous. Or, you know, hey, beautiful. Hey, you know, hey, lovely. You know, and say things like that to yourself in the mirror. And that will help you to develop the self-love. Okay, so people who pick number 1, it's the number 8. So if you think of 8, you think of power and authority and direction and focus, kind of a continuation on forever in the infinity symbol. And so, daughter of the Sacred Heart. So I immediately think of a lot of the, well, you know, the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Mother of Jesus, the lovers of Jesus, the followers of Jesus, and just that beautiful feminine energy around that. And you know, the Sacred Heart that is pierced and broken. And I often think of, you know, here Jesus was in the, just before the cross. It's kind of like his ability to feel the entire world suffering as an empath became so strong. It says he died of a broken heart. And for some reason I'm thinking of that when I see this, that, you know, dying of a broken heart. And so pile 1, or, you know, group 1, I think they, you know, when looking at yourself, in order to have a true relationship with yourself, you will need to deal with the broken heart. And not always be looking at the whole world and all of their broken hearts, but at you and your broken heart. And through all the tools, the medicines, the treatments that we have right now, to have your heart chakra opened and to have it healed, so that you can move forward in your life with more of a true love of self that will help you have the kind of healthy love for the rest of the world. Okay, so let's look at the second card. I had to plug in my phone. Okay, so we'll take a look at the second pile here. Oh, the Master number 33. That is a really great number. Take a look at the number 33. A lot of times if you Google the angel number, or the master, in this case the Master number 33, you know, the people who pick number 2, you may find an extra message there. 2 hearts, 1 soul, sisterhood. Soul sisters. So for you, there could be a desire for a relationship with someone else that's keeping you from really having that relationship inside yourself. And it could even be, you know, a sister or a mom or somebody who's been in your life your entire life, somebody who's even part of your soul family. And while they are super important, and it's really important to have that connection, you still have to have the boundary that you are two separate people, and you are here for a purpose and they're here for a purpose. And in that purpose, part of it is to connect to your higher self, to be aligned with the source, and in that process to truly find that relationship with yourself. And so I think for others, you know, looking at yourself as that is that sibling that you really miss. You know, like for me, I lost my sister when I was 21, and I really miss having a sister. And it's kind of interesting because my North Node is in the house, the third house, which is all about siblings. You know, part of it, you know, is communication, but also siblings. And so I'm like, well, how can I have like a work or a job with a sibling that isn't in existence, but isn't in existence here in this form? But she can still help me and be there for me in her own way. And so that, you know, as you are connecting with your soul and with your higher self, you know, it may be that the help that you get are in the ways that you don't realize that you're going to. It's a new way, a new pattern that ends up being of help to you. And so I think that, you know, two hearts, one soul really has that beautiful connection, that twin flame. So it might be that for pile 2, some of you, a twin flame journey is really important. And the first step, the major part of a twin flame journey is really truly learning to love yourself. And so the more you're, excuse me, the more you're coming into connection and union with yourself, the masculine and feminine in union in yourself, the more that you will be able to be in union with your twin. Because you two are being drawn together. It's like a cord, you know, where, you know, there's a masculine end and the feminine end. As you are combining those, the two of you will be brought together a lot closer. And so a big part of that purpose of that union is this growth of self-love and having a relationship with yourself. Okay, so let's number 3. So if you picked number 3, brave girl. Gelato goddess. I'm like looking at it 3 times. Gelato is a very nice dessert. 5. So 5 is all about change and growth. And so you could be right in the beginning of a growth or a change in your relationship with yourself. You're coming to that next level, and it's going to be sweet, like gelato. It's going to bring that sweet lovingness into your life in a new way. And she has this appearance to me. She almost looks like she has these really large earrings, a Native American headdress, something along those lines. And so I feel that she's kind of exuding that kind of that mother goddess earth type of feel. And so, you know, as you are connecting with the earth, maybe even part of connecting with yourself and your own identity is to go outside and sit on a, you know, when it was warm enough, I would go outside and sit on a rug and listen to shaman drums and try to just meditate, grounding. And it really has an amazing effect on you and on your grounding. And this one thing that I love to do is to, you know, do a shamanic type journey. And that's something that if you're interested, I can help help you with to understand better how to do that. And I'm really being led to, there's a lot of movement and change and momentum at this time for you in your relationship with yourself. And that as you're being drawn closer and closer to yourself, it's a sweetness on your lips and that true sweet connection that will happen for you. Okay. So let's pull a couple of tarot cards. So your relationship, the situation of your relationship with yourself right now. Okay. So you are kind of on your own right now. You've been fighting a lot of battles. You're feeling very determined, strong, powerful, brave. At the same time, you've been injured and it's time to rest. So it's kind of that, broken heart, movement, just, going forward. It's like he's stepped out from behind his protection. He's like, okay, I'm ready to finish this conflict, to finish this battle with myself, and to walk into a new way and to go into the state. I'm ready. This is the 9. I've come to the end of the numbers, and I am ready now to go into that time of healing. So if any of you feel like you've been really struggling and fighting and having a hard time, now you're ready to go into the time of healing. So what are you going to be letting go of? This Lover's card. So some of you will be letting go of a relationship with a soulmate that you've had for a while, that you've just really, you've come to the end of what it has been teaching you and the lessons have been learned, and you're ready to move on. Some of you will be letting go of, having to make decisions and trying to decide. Letting go of decisions and having to just have made the choice. So sometimes the 6th card has to do with decisions. It also can be the Gemini card. Could be that you are letting go of some of those Gemini energies, maybe the duality, I'm trying to think of some of the negative aspects of myself as a Gemini, but just talking too much, like maybe doing more listening, so there's just kind of, you could look at ways you could let go of some of the Gemini energy. So some of the things that you're for some of you, it will be letting go of a relationship with a soulmate, that it is time to move on. There's been enough conflict, enough drama in your life, and it is time for you to move into that healing phase. And the angels are here. Look, see the angel in the background? Beautiful angel in red. The angels are here to help you. I'm finding that every day I like to pull an angel oracle card and say, what message do the angels have for me today? And maybe it'll be Ariel talking about prosperity, or it'll be Raziel talking about the symbols, and those kind of things will kind of somehow come into my life during the day. And knowing that I can call on these different archangels to help me. So whatever you need to let go of, whatever you're being asked to let go of, in order to improve your relationship with yourself, the angels will help you to do that. So whether it's indecision, whether it's just being, kind of a duality and not knowing what direction to go, or if it's like that sense of, being with somebody who you no longer should be with, the angels will help you to move on in the direction you need to be going. So let us take a look at what will help your relationship with yourself when you grab onto it. Temperance. The Temperance card. So it's the 5. Oh, it's interesting because I've got, I wonder if the way these are going together, this, 1, 2, 3, and can you see if I put it over here? See a little bit better. This, like this daughter of the Sacred Heart, moving on. The soul sisters, and having to stand by yourself and be confident in yourself, in the 9 of Wands. And this goddess, this number, the gelato goddess is number 5. And if anybody's going to look kind of like the gelato goddess, is this girl. So here she is under the water. She's a mermaid under the water. And she's putting something into a well, or she's taking something out of a well. And she's with all these mythical creatures. There's kind of like a dragon down here and a wolf here, and she might even be a werewolf, but as well as a mermaid, huh? Okay, so, and she's under the water, and the Temperance message usually is about kind of like, it has to do with patience and balancing. So I realize it's kind of balancing things at the right time and the right way, and that this balancing these things in your life in the right time and the right way will help you to have a better relationship with yourself, believing in the magic, believing in the unknown, looking to the happy things. Fantasy is happy, can be. It's like reading all these things, fantasizing can bring that kind of sense of happiness. And then there's this momentum toward this this new vibration that you want to have in your life. So so I think that is helpful there. And then I would like to end with my favorite deck, the Wellness. It's interesting because top and then the cut are ones that I have recently pulled. The universe is big enough to fulfill my every intent. So the universe is big enough to fulfill my every intent. The universal manager has the ability to bring everyone a vibrational match to what they are giving their attention to. So, if you are giving your attention to loving yourself, having a relationship with yourself, moving forward in that special relationship, and really it's part of being on the twin flame journey, without depriving anyone else of what they are wanting. So at no time does your own ability to tap into that vibrational energy and bring abundance into your life going to in any way affect someone else's abundance. So we all have the ability to have that abundance in our lives. And the cool thing is that sometimes we'll look at it and we think, wow, the abundance is when that person has the $1 million home with the granite countertops. I was realizing the other day, I've never had granite countertops. Anyway, but we're in that $1 million home with the granite countertops, and that's the ultimate in abundance. But if you're there and you're miserable and you don't have any friends and you're not happy, how is that abundance? Yet you could be homeless in a car somewhere with your family, and you're so happy that your kids are alive and well with you. And that's the important thing. So I think that abundance is a state of mind more than a state of your body. I hope that you really enjoyed this message, from the divine. coming to you. This channel is all about hope and healing in this time that's really difficult for us. I know more and more of us are going into harder and harder times, and being connected to ourselves and truly having that relationship is the first step to all of those other relationships in our life. And so I just pray for you on that journey. And so please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share with your friends, whoever you feel would be of benefit and would benefit from this in any way. And if, feel free to book a private reading. That's the link below. And there is so many things that are being offered to us.